Hey you guys, it's Carlos here. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Alright, so in today's video, we're actually going to be doing something different that I actually have not done on my channel for quite some time. Okay, so today's video, I wanted to do kind of like a goal-orientated video where I have a $25 budget to get a drugstore makeup brand from Amazon. Plus, let's be honest, I actually only wanted to do $25 or less because the $25 mark was the free shipping. Don't judge me, but I really wanted to get the free shipping for the $25 or less or more. Technically, you have to spend. You get what I mean, right? So that is exactly what my goal was, to see if I can create a full face of makeup for $25 directly from Amazon. So if you want to know exactly what makeup brand that I end up picking, what products I picked, and give you my honest thoughts and opinions, then keep on watching. But without further ado, I definitely want to say happy holidays to you guys. It is during that season, right? We're less than a week away from Christmas. So whatever you guys celebrate with your family, I definitely want to wish you a happy holiday. So without further ado, as I said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright you guys, so actually, as I mentioned, I did pick up everything from Amazon. It's actually right here. I did open it and make sure nothing was broken. So as I stated, I wanted to make sure that everything that I picked out was going to be at the $25 or less, but I needed to make sure that it was $25 in order for it to be free delivery. And I actually had the opportunity to get it the next following day between the 4-8 window periods, right? So I wanted to make sure that I end up picking up a drugstore product brand so that not only are you able to access this particular product on Amazon, but you can go to pretty much your own like local drugstore, Target, Walgreens, Walmart. You get what I mean, to pick these particular products up. So that exactly was my goal, to see if I can do a full face, giving my thoughts, opinions about these particular products and if they perform well. And let's be completely honest, everyone is really looking for a good budget, especially right now because the prices of everything has skyrocketed. And I feel like you almost have to have like 3 part-time jobs in order to afford even groceries. All right, you guys, so the first item that I ended up picking up, again, I don't remember individually how much everything was, but I will say that the total was $25.08. I kid you not. So I was like right at that mark. All right, but all of these products that I mentioned that we will review together and that I will speak about will be in the description field below, so you can go ahead and check them out directly to Amazon. All right, you guys, so the first product I end up picking up from Amazon, this is the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner. Now, I believe this, I was trying to get something close to like MAC lip liner of like the chestnut, so I think this is a little bit more on the brick tone, but it is what it is. The reason why I reference the MAC chestnut because that's a very popular lip liner color. All right, so hopefully you guys are able to see this. Okay, hold on a sec. It will not budge or focus. All right, there it is. Wait, sorry. Technical difficulties, but this is in the shade Gone Burgundy. It's right there. There you guys go. All right, so just in case if you are curious with the item number, it is 652C. So just in case if you are looking for it and you don't see the name, which it should be there. Anyways, so that is the first product that I picked up. Now, the other product I picked up, now this is really stepping out of my comfort zone because if you guys are a friend to my channel, you know that I like my holy grail of eyebrow products. I love the NYX Professional Lift and Snatch Eyebrow Pencil, or pen technically, because it's like a felt pen, very thin, and I'm able to create very thin like hairline strokes. That's my favorite, my holy grail. As I said, I don't like to use anything else. But again, because we're doing a review and I really want to show you what you can actually get for $25 or less from Amazon in terms of makeup and create a good full face, I keep re-emphasizing this because I think this is really important. All right, so the next item that I end up picking up, again, this is Wet n Wild. Actually, everything I picked up was from Wet n Wild brand. I just realized that right now, to be completely honest. Anyways, you guys, so we have the brow, is that sensitive? I'm not sure what you call this. It comes with the spoolie right here, and then the product is right here. Now, I don't typically like these type of products. I'm just going to be completely honest. So again, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I know I'm reiterating this because again, this is going to be a complete, true, honest review. By no means Am I coming off being biased? Because I never am. Anyways, but this is in the shade medium brown. So just in case if you are curious, because I don't want to go with anything darker because I don't want to look like un chula. Do you know what I mean? If you don't know what a chula is, you know, those girls who always it looks like they got like a black marker and it's doing like this. Yeah, that's not me. All right, you guys. So the next product I ended up picking up. This, I wasn't even aware they even had this. So again, from Wet n Wild. This is a dual-ended contour stick. I honestly don't know. They only had 2 options. The other one was way too light. So I'm like, that probably isn't going to work well for me. So the one I end up choosing, it is the medium tan 752A. I definitely can't wait to use this. You know what this reminds me? When KKW Beauty had their own like product like this, where it was like a concealer and a contour on one end. Right? Doesn't that remind you of that? Anyway, so that's what we got. The next product I ended up picking up, I only picked up 1 lipstick. Yeah, 1 lipstick. I don't make sure because I remember I had multiple lipsticks. I'm like, Carlos, this is a budget. This is a goal of only $25 because it ended up going to like 28. So I gotta pull some things out of the cart. So this lipstick right here is a high shine. I'm not crazy about mattes, like color on lipsticks. Not saying that they're bad. I just personally don't prefer them like in general, like on me when I'm testing them out. I like the shyness of it. So hopefully this performs that way. So this is again from Wet n Wild. The container is really cute. This is, as I mentioned, this is the High Shine Radiance. This is in the Rose and Slay shade. So this is the shade overall. I think it's very stunning. Looks more like a pinkish mauve overall color. All right, so the next product I ended up picking up. Now, I purchased this many years ago. I'm not gonna lie, when I say many years ago, I'm thinking about maybe like 6 years ago or 5 years ago. This is the, what do they call this? This is the, let me see, Wet n Wild. It's like a stick, like a blush stick, right? So when I initially had purchased, well, I didn't purchase this one, so let me restate this differently. When I did buy this, I bought it in a contour stick and I bought it in a highlighter stick. Now, I was still getting into like the realm of makeup, how to use makeup, understanding formulas, understanding ingredients. So at that time when I actually tried this particular product out, I didn't really care for it too much, but I honestly think it was just mainly a user issue. So I'm going to try to be non-biased. So I went ahead and purchased it. I know this was like $2 and some change. So I was like, it's dirt cheap. It is a blush. I really do enjoy cream blushes. So I'm hoping this does perform the way I would like for it to perform. But again, I'm not saying I have high hopes, but I'm also not saying that I have any negative opinions about it, because again, it was during the time when I was trying to get myself into the makeup realm on YouTube. So I didn't, again, I can talk. Again, I don't think I just used it properly. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. That's why I picked it up. All right, you guys. So next product I picked up, I wear foundation, but I wear it typically when I have like red spots or I feel like there's a pigmentation issue going on, maybe the weather, whatever the case may be. But I like to use more of a tinted moisturizer, not like an actual heavy foundation. That's just me. And I know that Wet n Wild doesn't have many of that. They usually have more of like the actual liquid foundations, and I didn't want that. So what I was able to find on Amazon is this tinted, pretty much a tinted moisturizer. It sounded great. I can never say the word. Hyaluronic acid is in here. Some other, it says good overall ingredients, but it says it's lightweight and non-greasy. So I'm hoping that's the way it's going to perform. All right, so the last and final product that I ended up picking up, so you know I had to get something for the eyes, right? So I ended up purchasing this very small eyeshadow palette from Wet n Wild. Of course, why I keep saying from Wet n Wild when we already know this is pretty much what it is. This actually only cost $2 and some change. I thought that was pretty reasonable. Now, if you are curious as to what this palette is called, I'm trying to see where it's called, but I don't see the name. Okay, I think this is the name right here. Palette? I don't know. Okay, so this is the inside of the palette. To me, the actual palette itself looks really, really pretty. I mean, these shades right here are pretty much up my alley. I think these are not necessarily like fall colors in terms of where we're at in the season, but still overall really pretty. Okay, so I need to prime my face. So let me grab the first thing that's in here. I just grabbed something. I have a bunch of like stuff on the side of me, so I just grabbed this. This is from, I didn't want to purchase a primer, even though I said I wanted to make sure, but I stayed within a budget, and that was the reason why, because I'm like, why am I going to buy another primer when I have plenty of them? So right now, this is brand new. I haven't used this. I've actually had this over a year, so that goes to show you, right? So this is the NYX Professional Plump Right Back with Electrolytes. I don't know what that means. It just sounds pretty fancy to me. So let's go ahead and use this and prime my lip. Not my lids, prime my eyes. Oh Jesus, it's a wrap. Let's just prime my face. So while I'm letting the face primer dry down, I'm gonna go in with this Thank Me Later eyeshadow I was about to say palette eyeshadow primer. So I'm going to go ahead and get that on my eyelids right now, so at least we can get that started. Okay, so what I like to do with after I prime my eyelids, since it's still a little bit of cakey, or has that cakiness feeling in terms of the primer, I don't like to go right into the eyeshadow itself, because I feel like when I've done that in the past, sometimes the product just sticks there, and the product of the eyeshadow product doesn't want to budge, so you kind of get like these harsh, like either like spots or lines. So what I end up liking to do is I take a loose translucent powder, pretty much like a face powder. I get like any type of brush, whatever brush you prefer, and then I just go into the product with a little bit I have in here. So take some of that loose translucent powder, and I pretty much just dab it around the eyelid. And the reason for this, because then it sits on the actual primer itself. So once you go in with the eyeshadow product itself, depending on the color you choose, then it's going to be a little bit more easier to blend. You know, I just realized this product right here, I'm not sure if it's going to perform well with the primer. I don't know if this is like oil based or this is oil based, or I just thought about it, but it says non-greasy, so it shouldn't be oil based. But those are the things you really need to think about, because if you ever realize when you put like a foundation on top of a primer, you see it kind of like separating. It's because of that. You know, we know that oil and water does not mix, so you want to make sure if you're using a oil based primer that you want to use excuse me, an oil-based foundation, and the same goes for water-based. I mean, that makes sense, right? But sometimes we don't realize that because we don't read behind there. We just expect it to work, right? That's our anticipation as consumers. So yeah, this is water-based. So the first thing on there was water. Now here, let me make sure. I'm going to assume, because most moisturizers are, but again, you should never assume. Yep. Okay. So we're good, because I would have to start this whole thing all over. Anyway, so I am actually going to do something completely different that I haven't done on my channel. Normally I do my eyebrows first and then my eyeshadow look, but this time I'm going to do it differently, because the reason why, I want to test out the fallout in terms of this. That is my goal here. I want to see how the eyeshadows perform, if you're going to have anything on your face based on that. So let's go ahead and get this on. Fingers crossed. Let's test out a little bit on here and see, because I want to like warm this up. Oh, this might work, you guys. Stuff like this never happens. Let's see. Okay, it may work. It's a little bit of dark. I mean, it's a little dark, but it may oxidize. You know, it's a tinted moisturizer. Take it what it is. So let's go ahead and put this on my face. Oh yeah, I think this is going to work. I think we got a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. Okay, so what I end up doing is just doing half of the face, because I want you to see the actual comparison and the differences between the non-tinted moisturizer over here and the moisturizer tinted over here. Anyways, guys, I don't think it looks too bad. If you look at it, it doesn't look like it's like completely stands out, which is a really good thing. It blended out quite nicely. So if you can take a look, I don't see any issues. Hopefully you don't see it either. In terms of like, you know, like it's showing out any of the texture too much on your skin. But so far, I am pleasantly surprised. Now keep in mind, this is not meant to be a full coverage type of moisturizer, hence like a foundation. By no means it's not. As we already know, tinted moisturizer is just that. It's supposed to be light to medium coverage. Now, I like the fact that you can still see some of my scars on my face because I have a scar right here, right there. But other than that, it sits on my skin quite well. So let me go ahead and finish the other side, but so far, I'm pleasantly surprised. All right, you guys, so I went ahead and got everything blended out. As you see, it blended out quite nicely. So what I will say, though, right away, is that it's unfortunate that even though this is a tinted moisturizer, you would think that especially Wet n Wild would actually have more options in terms of like colors. They don't. They're very limited. I mean, maybe they do on their website, but on Amazon, there was only a few. So if you're a person of color who has more of a darker complexion, you're going to be left out. To be completely honest, you're not going to be able to use this because you're not going to find a shade pretty much for you, which really sucks because, again, this is Wet n Wild here. I mean, this is a brand that's been out for quite some time. You would think they would have the finances and the capability to make overall more shades for the masses, but it is what it is. All right, so the next product I'm going to go into this dual contour stick like I mentioned. Okay, so let's go into the concealer part. So I'm going to use the concealer part very lightly, just right here and up here. I am curious, and a little bit down here. Let's see how this performs. So far it doesn't seem rough. You know what I mean? Like sometimes when you get like a stick of like a concealer, it feels a little bit like hard, or it's like tugging on your skin. I don't get that. But again, it is new, so you know what I mean? Like sometimes when you use a product, all of a sudden it gets hard and it's like, it doesn't perform the way it used to. Okay, so we will blend this out and see how this looks, and then we'll go into the actual contour. Okay, so since I want this product to melt into my skin a little bit more, I'm just going to go into a setting spray just to wet a sponge overall. And the reason for that, because I want the wetness to help glide the product around. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I got that blended out. I will say that I actually blended out quite nicely, so that's a pretty good thing. All right, so now let's go into the actual contour stick. All right, so I like to use the contour just to pretty much warm up my face. I'm not trying to chisel out anything like that, like some people do, like they want to create like a whole different look. That's not me. I just like to warm up my face. So I always start out with a little bit and then work my way to like the I don't want to say strength level, but kind of like the intensity level, if that, okay, that makes more sense. But you get what I'm trying to say, right? All right, guys, so I got that blended out. So I actually like how this is coming together. It blended out really nicely. I'm not gonna lie, it blended out pretty much like I anticipated, since it is a cream base, and cream base typically have a nice blendability versus like an actual powder. All right, so I'm gonna go into this blush stick. Again, fingers crossed, because when I tried the contour in this particular like formula, I didn't care for it, but again, it could just been a user issue. I wasn't familiar with makeup at the time in terms of formula, as I mentioned, so we'll give it a try. And then I have to do a little bit too, because I noticed that even blushes have a strong pigment, even with the cheapest brands. They do. I'm not sure why that is. All right, so I like to start from right here. And then typically what I like to do is bring it to my nose bridge area. And the reason why I prefer it that way is because I like to look like I've been sitting in the sun and have some glasses on. So I like to start from here and bring in the product into the nose brim area. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I got that all blended out. Now, what I will say this is that I don't feel like when I've been using these particular products right here, and especially the contour stick, I don't feel like it took away from the tinted moisturizer, because normally you can see that on like an actual product. But if you notice here, there's a very minimal, like any product being taken away. And then once I blend it out, it looks still pretty decent. Now, I will say this though, I'm not sure if it's just the lighting in my studio or what the case may be, but when I look in the mirror, I see the blush. I do see it. Like it's there. But when I look in the external monitor, I don't see it. And I'm not sure if it's the lighting, because lightings can play good tricks and bad tricks. Let me see. I don't know. Like you can see like the contour stick, right? but for some reason you just don't see the blush. I don't know why that is. Maybe you see it and maybe I'm just, because I've been doing this for a little bit, trying to like maneuver it around and I just got used to it. Leave a comment below, let me know if you can see the blush. But I like the blush. It is very light. Now I think that this shade right here, at least, I don't think it's going to be great for all skin tones either, because if you're more of a darker complexion, this isn't going to pop on your skin. If you want it to pop, you're going to have to keep going on and keep going on and keep going on with this particular product. And I don't think you should have to do that. You should be able to go into a product at least once or 2 times and the pigment is there. So if you're a person of a darker skin tone, I would not suggest picking this up. If you're a person who has a lighter skin tone, this will show on your skin. Again, I'm looking in the mirror and I see it there. I just don't see it on the external monitor. It is what it is. All right, so, well, let's just take a look. I am going to go right into this first shadow right here. I don't know if there's a name. There probably is, but I can't see it because the font is so small. Anyway, so that is the first shade we're going to go into. So let's just test this out. Fingers crossed that it performs well. I am just going to go right into, I don't have a rhyme or reason what I'm going to create. So let's just start from the inner corner right here and then we'll figure where we go. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so I had to stop for just a quick moment because I went into this brush. I went into the product with the brush, right? And I went on my eye and I just swiped it 3 times. Do you see that pigment? I was not expecting that. Now, if you're a person like me who has either almond-shaped eyes or hooded eyes, you always feel like you're losing a lot of your landscape down here because you have that crease, right? So what I personally like to do, I like to use a brush that's a little bit more smaller so I have more control of where I'm applying the product. And I always usually go with a darker shadow first. And the reason for that is because it's not going to stand out as much. So most of the darkness of the eyeshadow itself is going to be in the middle of the crease. So I like to go into here and then softly bring it upwards up to here so that dark shadow can now live a little further and then a little bit will be down here. Hopefully that makes any sense, but let me keep going so I can show you what I mean. Okay, so let me show you exactly what I mean by that. So if you notice my eyes, I have them open clearly. So over here, obviously there's nothing here, but when you look over here, you see how this area is so heavy that it takes away. Now look, when I open my eye, you see all the product, it's there. But when I open it, it's gone. But that's the wonders of having hooded or almond-shaped eyes. You tend to lose a lot of that, like the color. So I always like to go with a darker for me personally, because I want the darker to kind of like not take over the whole eye, but at least its majority is there. And then when I start buffing it outward, then it stands out a little bit more. See? Now you have it right there. So what I like to do next is just go on top with a lighter, eyeshadow. And the reason for that is because I want my eyes to look like they have more landscape than what they actually do have. Now the next shadow I'm going to end up using is going to be this one right next to that plum color I just got done using. And I'm going to apply that directly right on top. Okay, so now let me show you what exactly I meant by that. So if you notice, after I got them using that like lighter shade next to that plum, you see how it kind of like diffused that purple. So now that purple is a little bit more softer, meaning the first plum. You see that? So now this way it creates more of that overall landscaping that you look, even though your eye is not necessarily that large comparison to people who have like, you know, that privilege, I would say, having more landscape. I don't know why I keep saying that, but that's the way I refer it to, so it is what it is. All right, you guys, so the next shadow I'm going to go into, so in the inner corner of the eye right here, I want to use something a little bit more, I want to use the metallic shade that's in here to kind of make the eye stand out a little bit more. So there's 2 things that you could do, okay? So either you could use the metallic and apply it directly in the middle so that the eye, whoever's looking at you, sees this directly going upward. Or you can apply it right into the inner corner eye and bring that inward. It's up to you. It's whatever way you prefer. No way is a wrong way. That's the best thing about makeup. You create what works well for you. All right, guys, so as you can see, I went ahead and applied the metallic eyeshadow directly in the middle. So this way, when you're looking at somebody, it goes right here. going upward. Now I went ahead and blended everything out so there's a nice easy transition with all the shadows together. Now what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go into this gold metallic shadow. You may not be able to see in the light, but I'm going to apply that directly on the water line on the bottom of my eyelid. Not my eyelid, on the bottom of my eye, because I'm hoping maybe it will stand out a little bit more. So let's go ahead and try that. Okay, so this eye is almost done. I need to, like, at first, I know the other eye obviously isn't done yet, but I really need to get into my eyebrow. I'm not sure why I have to, but I need to because I feel like it's just throwing me off. So I'm gonna go into this eyebrow, wait, no, that's not it. The eyebrow pencil product here, and let's, fingers crossed that this performs decently because again, I'm not used to pencil actual products. So let's just see. Alright guys, so I went ahead and finished the eyebrow and I went ahead and put on some mascara as well. So again, I got this eye clearly finished. What do you guys think so far? Obviously I'm going to finish this other eye, but I am going to say something that I was completely shocked and I'm not sure why. I was not anticipating this particular mascara to perform the way it did. I'm not sure if you can see, but look at that. You see, do you see the side angle? I got this in a BoxyCharm box. This is the Huda Beauty Legit Lashes. There's two sides to it. The one I ended up using was the curl in length. This sucker really length. I was going like this. I should have recorded it, but I didn't. And I was like, oh my god, this sucker is, my eyelashes are getting longer. Like, what the? Okay, anyways, I just thought I would share. All right, so let me go off camera, finish this other eye, and then we could try on the last products of the lip liner and the lipstick. So to complete the overall look, now we're going to go into the last final two products that we're going to go in with the lip liner, which is the shade Gone Burgundy. Wait, is it Gone Burgundy? Yeah, Gone Burgundy. So let's go ahead and use this one. I will say this is a gel. I needed to make sure it was going to be a gel pencil because I cannot stand regular like eyeliner pencils because they tug on my lips and it hurts like crazy. But anyways, that's the one that I got. So let's go ahead and test this out. Now I like to take a very small flat brush, whatever flat brush works well for you, and I like to like blend out slightly of the lip liner so it's kind of like buffed out. I can't think of the word. Didn't want to go out. Now to go in with the Wet n Wild High Gloss Lipstick. Again, this is in the shade Rose Soleil. I'm not gonna lie, the packaging is super adorable with the little lips on there. All right, so let's go ahead and apply this. So I'll give you a quick look. Now I like this is kind of more like on the rosy mauve side. So let's just see how this applies. Let's see. Oh, it is high shine. Okay, look at this. Okay, this is beautiful. All right, I'm not gonna lie, this goes on like butter. Like this, I never use, I'm gonna be honest, I never used Wet n Wild's lipsticks before. Wait, I have, but I didn't like it because more on the matte side. But I've never used their high gloss, and this is like stunning. I did a good choice with the actual lip liner because I didn't know. It's hard to tell when you're looking things online. Anyways, you guys, so this is complete the overall look. What do you guys think? Okay, I'm not gonna lie, for 25 bucks with everything I picked up, pretty much a full face of Wet n Wild products from Amazon, I actually think I did pretty well, and they all perform surprisingly really good. I didn't know what to expect because Wet n Wild has like that, you know, like it factor, like is it going to perform well, is it not? And usually drugstore products don't perform as well as they should, but again, you get for what you pay for. But this right here, it performed quite well. Definitely leave a comment below, let me know your guys' thoughts and opinions, but overall, like, this is stunning. Now I will say I could have blended off a little bit I could have blended a little bit more right there, but what I ended up doing is I accidentally was like, I went like this, I'm like, screw it, let me not mess up this whole look. You know, sometimes when you're like doing something, I was like, oh, what did I just do? Other than that, it came out pretty decent. I mean, the tinted moisturizer is like the bomb. I'm going to use that a lot more because I don't feel like I have anything on my face, and it really gave off such a nice natural glow. This lipstick, I'm telling you, it is the bomb. All right, so I will definitely leave in the description field below all of the products that I end up using from Amazon. So just in case if you are curious, you want to check them out, again, just go to the links below. It'll take you directly to Amazon's website. This way you're not having to search for it, but under $25, 25 and 8 cents. Not a bad deal. Anyways, you guys, I enjoy our conversation. I need to get back into the realm of reviewing products and doing more looks like this, because this actually put me in such a great mood. But anyways, you guys, but until then, make sure to brush your teeth, wash your culo, and subscribe. Until next time, I will see you guys in my next video. And don't forget, don't be a cochina. Take care. Bye now.